on coast to coast. Who will be the loser? Who will be the winner? It's time for Brett's Picks. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner. Hey, you're watching Brett's Picks. I'm Gwen Schroyer. This is the guru right here that was talking about Brett Whitehead.
Yeah.
How you doing, Brett?
Good.
Well, we're excited to be here. This is week number 6 of college basketball. We're just going to talk about some men's games. Brett's going to cover those games, tell you who he thinks is going to win straight up, and then show you who's win and losing in the pick'ems. And then we're going to talk a little more high school basketball.
It's gonna end.
And it's getting close. Yeah, we're getting close.
Starting tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's look at our pickers right now. Here is the lineup at the top of the heap, barely holding on. Me, and of course your dad, Greg, at number 2.
Coach Dills and Mr. Garrett both
And look
tied.
at you. You had a really good week. Brett Whitehead.
Over the weekend, last Saturday.
8 picks correct last week, Brett. Congratulations.
I missed one.
Oh, 9 picks, right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, 9
I missed
picks.
one.
So, and then Langdon, Gary Owenby, Coach Thompson, who I saw yesterday over at Monterey, gave him some new CDs, and I gave you some. The
Yeah.
new CD I just came out with, Holy Word Boulevard. Coach Carpenter, Brandon, and of course SRO Morgan, who's really just not doing well. Just not doing well, Brett. All right, let's look at our first game of the week. Arkansas traveling over to play Texas A&M. Texas A&M ranked. That's a noon game on ESPN. Brett, who do you have?
I have Texas A&M.
And this is Saturday games, all of these games. Texas
On the
A&M,
15th.
the Aggies for the win, Brett says. Okay, first pick there. Second game, Clemson on the road, ranked 23, headed to Florida State. This is a ACC rival, another noon game, but this one on the CW. Brett, who you picking?
Florida State.
Florida State at home. This would be an upset.
Yeah.
But Florida State, Seminoles beating up on Clemson. All right, next game is going to be a doozy. Number 6, Houston, traveling to Arizona, ranked number 13, 2 o'clock game on ESPN. Brett, who do you got?
Houston.
Houston holding their own on the road.
Yeah.
Okay, good pick, Brett. Next one, this one is Missouri, SEC conference games here. This is number 21, Missouri at Georgia in Athens, and this is going to be a 3:30 game on the SEC network. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Georgia.
Georgia at home, the Bulldogs holding on. Got to get back in the top 25 somehow, some way.
I need to do good too.
You needed to go do really well. All right, this is the best matchup of the day. Number 1 Auburn, Bruce Pearl, heading over to Alabama, ranked number 2, hosting this game. 4 o'clock game on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Alabama.
Going with the big upset.
Against
number 2,
Auburn.
beating Auburn, number 1. Bruce Pearl is going to cry if that happens, Brett. I like your pick. Like your pick. Okay, next game, Cincinnati going to Iowa State, ranked number 10 there. 4 o'clock game on ESPN2, the Deuce. Who you got?
Iowa State.
Iowa State. All right, Iowa State for the win. And they're hosting that game. East Tennessee State traveling to Chattanooga. This is a prime time 7 o'clock game. ESPN Plus.
Just had a big win last night.
They did, and you are not picking Chattanooga lately. Or were you picking Chattanooga this game?
No.
Oh, heartbreaker! All the Mocs fans
final
are going,
score.
no, Brett, no.
The final score from last night's game.
Yeah.
Was 82-68
And
over Sanford.
Chattanooga's rolling right now.
Over Sanford.
Over Sanford, but you are picking East Tennessee State. The Johnson City team from way up in the Tri-Cities over Chattanooga. Okay, all right. Next game, this one is number 15 Kentucky over Texas.
We just played them.
We did, and they're traveling over to Texas. 8 o'clock game on ESPN. Who are you picking in this one?
Texas.
Ooh, Texas. The Longhorns with a steamroller.
At home.
At home. All right, upset there, upset alert. Next game, South Carolina traveling to number 3, Florida. Florida's been playing pretty well, lights out. 8:30 game on SEC Network. Who do you have, Brett?
I have Florida.
Florida continuing with their win streak. Okay, next one, here we go. Vanderbilt traveling a couple hundred miles over to Knoxville to play number 5 Tennessee, who dropped a rank this week.
Yeah.
Number 5, Tennessee. And this is a 1 o'clock game on SEC Network. Who do you have, Brett?
I have.
No, wait. Let me say this. All the Big Orange fans are listening to you right now, and they want to know who you're going to pick, Brett. So who is it? Be
Tennessee.
careful. Oh, Tennessee for the win. All right. Congratulations, Big Orange fans. I'm with you. Tennessee for the win. Upset, or not an upset, but beating Vanderbilt. Always a huge rivalry. But this one's in Knoxville. All right, let's take a look at our polls. Top 10. You have Auburn sitting there with Alabama 1 and 2, 2 and 1.
Playing each other.
Yes, and in the coaches poll, you see Florida at 3 and tied for 3 in the top AP top 25, but at 3 coaches poll. Tennessee at 4 and 5, and Houston and Purdue and St. John, Texas A&M, Iowa State. So it's kind of the same teams, just a shift in what now. And you can look over there in the trends and see who went up, who went down. Tennessee definitely dropped in the AP, but stayed the same in the coaches poll. All right, here's the women's poll, Brett. UCLA at the top of the heap, Notre Dame and Texas, South Carolina. South Carolina has 2 losses now, and they have dropped 2 places. So LSU, SEC, UConn got beat by Tennessee last week. That was a big game. Kentucky in there, Ohio State, North Carolina State. You can see all of that. Let's talk about high school basketball. Tomorrow night.
It's going to end.
Tomorrow night is senior night, and you've got to take a look at this right here. There it is. It's the varsity games are playing starting at 6. Now you can come early, and those JV games start at 4 and 5. 4 is the girls, and 5 o'clock is the boys JV.
Yeah.
Then at 6, the varsity girls play, the Barrettes, and they're going to play their hearts out. This is a really good team up in Knoxville. They're a state championship team.
This is the last one.
This is the last regular season game. And when we have home last regular season game, that's when we honor all the seniors, and we have a bunch of seniors in this game to be recognized before the game. You want to come out. Of course, that doesn't show there, but the game will be on ESPN Cleveland.
Talk 101.3.
Talk 101.3. Well, ESPN Cleveland 101.3. And you're listening to Gary Owenby and Steve Wills on that broadcast. We will carry that audio feed with our video on bchs.tv, which of course is our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you can pick that up there. We also carry the game on NFHS.
Yep.
So here's the kicker. When we go to postseason games, which is after tomorrow night, we go to postseason games next week. We start a a district game. Those are being hosted at Howard.
Yeah.
And as I've been told, there's going to be a Tuesday night game and a Saturday night game for both the boys and the girls, as that works out. Of course, they have to win to play the championship on Saturday. But instead of doing a boys and a girls game, they're flipping this out. They're going to make that decision tomorrow. So I'm speaking a little bit early. That's not exactly set in stone, but that's what we're looking to do. So you can catch those games on NFHS, and we will host those. Gary's Voice, both on Tuesday, and if it's on Wednesday, if it's on the other days, whatever the case is, we're going to have it for you. So stay glued to that postseason information. Of course, after that, you go to regions, and we'll continue carrying that, but it will all be on subscriber-based NFHS network. That is a subscriber-based platform provided through the TSSAA. They sanction and rule over all of that, so we're not allowed to broadcast on YouTube at that point. Anyway, tomorrow night's games, be there, be loud, be there. Brett, are you going to be there? He's going to be watching, though. So make sure you guys come on out. Let's talk about more basketball.
I was just going to tell you, 2 of my friends are seniors.
Brett's got a lot of friends.
Avery
Brewer
is going to Sanford.
And who's your other friend?
Abby White.
Abby White.
Is coming back from her knee.
She is doing fabulous.
She's
doing fabulous. So congratulations, ladies, on having a tremendous season so far. Let's punch it into postseason and do well. Brett's cheering you on. Let's talk about more high school games around the area. Walker Valley.
These two games right here, Walker Valley was supposed to play Ray County.
Right.
Ray County was out. They're going to make it. They're going to make that game up.
Right. So
on the 18th.
On the 18th. But tomorrow we have Walker Valley traveling up to McMinn County. McMinn County, of course, has been out of school on some sickness and weather and whatever. But they're gonna host the game.
Yeah.
Girls play at 6, boys at 7:30. Cleveland's traveling over the river, Tennessee River,
to Ray County.
Going to Ray County. Wonder if they go by boat. They probably take the bridge.
That's the team I was telling everybody about.
Right. They had to postpone the game. So Cleveland traveling over there tomorrow night, 6 and 7:30. And then, like we mentioned already, Bears and Bearettes hosting Knox Catholic. This one's going to be huge, guys. These are good teams. The Knox Catholic girls team is state champions.
We played them up there at their place.
We played them up there and played them here, and I think we'll continue that. I think they like the competition, being able to do that. The season ended last week for the local elementary schools.
Yeah.
And did your nieces fare well?
They won their first game. They won their first game, and
then had to play 2. And lost
Everly
the
lost her middle school game.
Yeah.
And Harper lost her last game.
Yeah. So,
against Michigan Avenue.
So close, but really good teams. Both of those North Lee teams did well. Let's also talk about middle school basketball. Of course, they're going into their postseason ritual, and we'll have more information on that next week as we go into that. Because everything's postseason starting next week.
Tonight, Tennessee and Auburn will play.
Tennessee and Auburn, and you're talking about the Lady Vols.
Yeah.
Also, the wrestling region duels start tomorrow.
Yeah.
The girls are at Cleveland.
Yeah.
So the Bearettes are traveling over there, and they want a place in that so they can go to state as a team. The boys on Saturday have their sectional duels over in McMinn County, and they want to push through and get to state on that as well. Brett, you got anything else?
No.
Well, that's all I got.
We're out of school.
We do have some days out, so happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Tomorrow.
School on Monday. It's President's Day. And we want to wish everybody that happy Valentine's Day. I love my wife. I also want to say happy birthday to my daughter, which she has a birthday on Monday. Whoop, whoop. She's my youngest. We used to call her Baba. She don't like that anymore. But Chloe, happy birthday. That's all we have for this week on Brett's Picks. So until next week, we'll see you
on the sideline.